What is going on? Happy Tuesday, or whenever you're watching this. Back to do some Best Ball Mania drafts. I need to get caught up on my Best Ball Mania draft, so let's do it. Fantasy football season is officially underway. It is here. Training camp is going on. We got news, we got reports, we got hype, we got the opposite of hype. Let's see how this ADP is shaking out. Of course, if you want to join me in these drafts, if you haven't already, you can go to underdogfantasy.com. Sign up. Make sure when you do, you join using promo code ENDGAME, because that not only is going to allow you to get these drafts with me, it's also going to give you a special free pick 'em plus up to $250 in bonus cash that you can use to start drafting right away. So, I'm going to jump into this Best Ball Mania here. If you want to try to draft with me, you can try to time it as I do. So I'll give you a little countdown here to see if you can get in. I'm going to hit enter on the count of three. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right. Looks like we got 4 spots open. So we'll see if anybody jumps in here. What's up, Arthur Smith? Now I'm going to try to draft and stream solo, which is not always easy. And there we go. We are full. It's like I get the 3 spot. I don't know if I've had the 3 spot yet, actually. I like the 3. Maybe I've had it once. I can't remember. We're here on the 3. All right, there we go. There's the draft board. Pull this up on my phone because that is the only way to draft on Underdog, in my opinion. All right, so at the 3, Tyreek? Probably Tyreek here at the 3. Let's see, anybody in here? Any names you recognize? Miguel is in here. What's up, Miguel? Miguel at the 4. So I'll get this name, Miguel. That'll be fun. Oh, look at that, John the catch. What's up, John? In at the 12. Oh, I love the 12. 12 might be my favorite spot, actually. All right, here we go. Draft is underway. Surprise, CMC at the 1. We'll go CD or Tyreek here, whoever falls to me. All right, CD at the 2, so Tyreek for me at the 3. No questions asked. Do it later on in this draft for the stack. What's up, Big Hit Mark? Draft time. Are you in this draft, Mark? You in it? All right, Miguel on the clock here. Goes with a Monra at the 4. All right. Okay. And Brees at the 5. Wow, JJ and Chase still on the board. Big Hit Mark not in here. That's all right. You're here on the stream. Not in the draft. You're on the stream. I'll probably do at least one more after this. Maybe 2 more because I'm really behind on my drafts. There we go. There's Chase and Jefferson. Mark is just watching to get a feel out. Okay. That's good. Like it. All right. Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson. I am not typically a fan of reaching for guys in round 1, personally. Justin, what's up? Good evening. Finally made on for live. No Underdog yet. Soon. Okay. Big Hit Mark saying not a single draft from me yet. It's it's still July. We still we got today and tomorrow, and then it's August, and then it's here. Then it's here. Although I think a lot of leagues probably draft like early September because the first game is, I believe, September 5th. All right, John Puka Gibbs at the turn. Love that. Love that start. Absolute phenomenal start at the turn. This is why I love the turn so much. You can get Puka Gibbs, you can get Garrett Wilson Gibbs, you can get Puka Taylor. Like you can get 2 of Garrett Wilson, AJ Brown, Marvin Harrison, Puka Gibbs, Taylor. Like, yeah. Love the 12. Might be my favorite spot to pick from right now, to be honest. Yeah, John, what's up? John Starr, not John the Catch. What's up, John the Catch? Although, what's up, John from the Catch? John Starr saying drafting towards the end of August. Yeah, I think last week of August, early September, probably when most drafts are. And it's probably the best time because preseason's done, training camp's pretty much done. You don't have to worry about like somebody getting hurt in the second week of preseason who was like your first round pick or something, and then your season's over before it even begins. So definitely smart. All right, now I know Miguel's on the stream, so I have to be a little careful who I say here. I don't think he'll make it to me. Yeah, Green. Oh, I forgot they're in Brazil. That's right. Green Bay, Philly in Brazil. Man, it's gonna be some. Other John asking Harrison over Puka. Not for me. I prefer Puka over Harrison. But Harrison's getting some steam. Yeah, new Miguel would snipe me on Olave there. Good pick. Man, I really don't want to go Adams. I just don't see the upside for Adams. Achane feels a little too early. I do like Evans, but I have a lot of Evans. I'm gonna go Devonta Smith here. This is a tough spot, honestly. Tough spot here. I mean, it feels too early for all. Like, it feels too early for Adams. Feels too early for Achane. Feels too early for Devonta Smith. Feels too early for Evans. Feels too early for DK Metcalf. Just feels too early for all these guys here. But you got to take somebody, I guess. Where do I slot in Harrison? I'd probably put him over Drake London, honestly. So if you look at the board here, okay, if we're talking redraft, not best ball, I have Olave over Drake London, and then I probably go Harrison. So it would be Puka, Olave, Harrison, Drake London for me. All right, on the clock. You know what? When Achane falls to the third, that's where I think I got to take Achane. I think this is where I feel comfortable with Achane. That week winning upside can win you multiple weeks. The paper saying just watch prime Larry Fitz and I'm drafting Marvin Harrison. Man, Larry Fitzgerald, what a player he was. What a player he was. For sure. All right, so let's start thinking a little bit about week 17 here. Who do the Dolphins? First of all, who do the Eagles? Because I'm probably not going to get Jalen Hurts unless I get lucky and he comes back to me in the fourth, which could happen. Who do the Eagles play? How come I can't find the Eagles? Oh, they play the Cowboys. So maybe maybe like a Cook's Dak stack is something I could think about later on. And then have that Devonta Smith bring back. So let's where's Dak? So let's star Dak. Let's star Brandon Cooks. See if we can make it happen here. Where is he? There he is. Okay. And then who do the Dolphins play week 17? The Browns. So definitely Cooper. Somebody I'm going to be eyeing if possible. And I also like Tillman late and maybe even have to like bite the bullet and go Judy for that bring back if we need to here. All right, so I got that all set up. Whoops. So let's go here. Not sure Cooper will make it back to me. Where are we at here? Slayton saying drafting him. You drafted Marvin Harrison over AJ Brown this weekend. Is that what you're saying, Slayton? All right, there goes Cooper for my Dolphins bring back, but I can still get like Judy or Tillman late. And look, the team with AJ Brown did not take Jalen Hurts. Maybe I could, maybe I'll be able to get Jalen Hurts here to stack him with Devonta Smith. We'll see. Unless somebody just drafts Jalen Hurts without an Eagle, which could happen. It does happen. We'll see. It's interesting to see how like Laporta has fallen a little bit. He used to go kind of middle of third round. Yeah, I think there's a good chance I get Jalen Hurts actually, unless this guy takes him. Okay, he takes Mahomes. He must have had who does he? No, he doesn't have any Chiefs. I don't think. Oh, definitely don't think Miguel is going to take Jalen Hurts because he does not have any Eagles. They'll take. Yeah, there we go. All right, we get Jalen Hurts for the stack with Devonta Smith. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Now will be I am Brandon Cooks late for that bring back. Oh, Slayton's saying he's in a key. I think in a keeper league that makes more sense because even though AJ Brown is still young, I mean, man, if Marvin Harrison is that guy this year, you're gonna love having him as a keeper. All right, so now I can go many directions here. I'm probably going to go Terry or Hollywood, depending on who makes it to me. Could consider Kincaid here, but did just go early QB. All right, Terry goes. So I'm gonna snipe the guy who took Mahomes, and I'm gonna take Hollywood here. So he'll probably go Rashee Rice, my guess. That is one nice thing about Green Bean. That is one nice thing about Mahomes when you draft Mahomes is, one of those wide receivers will probably make it back to you. One of the few early QBs whose wide receivers are going after him. I guess Josh Allen being the other one. Chase said he's thinking about going against the grain. Do you guys think it'd be crazy to take Sun God first overall? Look, I love Sun God this year, but I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. Like, yeah. I mean, it's not like the craziest thing I've heard, but I just personally can't. Like, the thing with Christian McCaffrey is I know the reasons against McCaffrey, like a lot of wear and tear. He's a running back. He's getting older. But if Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, he's like the surest thing in fantasy football. Like, you're getting 20 plus fantasy points every single week, pretty much. So I don't know. I mean, but look, it's your team. I love Amon-Ra this year. I think Amon-Ra could definitely be the number one wide receiver. If you want to do it, go for it. All right, so let's see here. When is so I'd like to get Tua later for the stack. When is Tua? Hurts has a week 5 bye. Tua's got week 6, perfect. So we could go for the Tua. The Tua Tyreek stack. And I still wouldn't mind also trying to get, I want to try to get Brandon Cooks for the bring back with my Hurts Devonta stack. And I wouldn't mind one of the Dolphins or one of the Browns wide receivers late, Judy or Tillman, for the bring back on that as well. Got the 5th pick in 14 team. But look, pick 5. Pick 5, I'm totally comfortable going to Amon-Ra in PPR if you want. Totally comfortable with it. The top 5 usually is CMC, CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Chase, Jefferson, Amon-Ra. Those are usually the top guys. I'm okay with any of those guys, honestly. But yeah, if you want to go Amon-Ra, I'm fine with that. If you want to go Jefferson, I'm fine with that. If you want to go Chase, I'm fine with that. If for some reason CeeDee or Tyreek fall to you, take them. Yeah. All right. So when we did a draft on Sunday, I went Deontay over Christian Watson. So if I have that same choice today, I'm going to go Watson. We'll see who makes it back. If not, I'll just probably go Deontay again. I'm still not at the point where I'm too worried about my exposures yet. Still a lot of drafts to do to balance it out. And then they both get picked. So never mind that one. I don't love these running backs here. I'm going to go with Ladd McConkey. And let's hope Ingram makes it back. John Starr saying last year I traded CMC for CeeDee Lamb and Etienne. I mean, you can't be mad about that trade. I mean, yeah, Etienne kind of sputtered out, but CeeDee was just as good or better than Christian McCaffrey down the stretch. So, yeah, you can't be mad about that trade at all. Justin saying, I think Watson finishes in the top 10. Bold. Brian, what's up? Yep, flying solo today. All right, so the guy the person picking number 1 already has a tight end. I would love Evan Ingram here. Oh, but nope, he picks his second tight end because you got Mark Andrews. You got to get Ingram. Okay. We will scratch that plan. All right, well, how many? I got 1, 2. I got 4 wide receivers. I don't really love D-Hop. All right. Man. Starting to get too much Kamara. All right. So we're still eyeing Tua later. Still eyeing Cooks and one of those Browns wide receivers later. Oh, Brian trying to get me to go on a rant. What are my thoughts on Dobbins? Getting some positive speak and Gus is hurt. I am not touching Dobbins. I'm sorry. The guy 3 years ago tore his ACL, basically tore his entire knee to pieces. And then last year tore his Achilles. Yeah, I'm good without Dobbins. If Dobbins hits this year, oh well. I can't name you one Achilles running back that's hit ever. Maybe Dobbins will somehow maybe he'll get 600 yards and 15 touchdowns. You know what I mean? He'll just be awful, but he'll get all these goal line carries. I don't know. I'm not doing it. How much is too much Kamara? I think I'm already there. I think I've drafted him twice. I think that already feels like too much Kamara. I mean, I think Kamara is fine. he'll have those spike weeks when like Derek Carr dumps it off to him like 8 times or whatever when he randomly falls in the end zone. But man, I mean, the dude went from being like one of the most efficient running backs in the NFL to one of the least efficient running backs in the NFL. The offensive line is one of the worst in the NFL. Taysom Hill's going to vulture touchdowns. Yeah. I mean, I could have gone D-Hop there, but man, I mean, just what is the ceiling for D-Hop? I mean, what was his ceiling last year? Like hardly anything. Like what, he had like 1 or 2 big games, I think, and then they added Calvin Ridley, they added Tyler Boyd. They have 2 pass catching running backs. Like, I don't know with D-Hop. He's 32 years old. I don't know. I was eyeballing Curtis Samuel here, so might need to go back to running back now. You know, I have 0 Najee Harris. Getting him at about a 10-pick discount. I don't want to have 0 Najee Harris by the end of the season. Let's take a share of Najee here. All right, so we're at the point where we're going to go 2 QBs, 3 tight ends for sure. Hopefully our second QB will be Tua. That will be the goal here. We'll see. All right, I went Palmer last draft. Ah, man. Did we go tight end here? You know, I don't have any Bowers either. Let's just grab a share of Bowers. Let's grab a share of Bowers. John, the catch got Gibbs and White, Puka, Dell, Worthy, JSN, Laporta, and Kittle. Laporta and Kittle. Interesting. That is elite tight end. Kyler Murray. Miguel's got Kyler Murray, Henry, Jonathan Brooks, Brian Robinson, Sun God. Oh, might have changed here. Sun God, Olave, Kirk, Watson with Kincaid. I like it. What's up, 369 Rye? Good to see you. Don Julio traded Swift and the 109 for Kyron Williams and the 210. I assume this is Dynasty. And I think I gotta like that. I gotta prefer Kyron to Swift. $109 isn't that great. Oh, Ale is sharp. Ale said Njoku over Bowers for week 17. That's a good call. I forgot about that. Because I was thinking Judy or Tillman late for week 17. Totally spaced on Njoku. Good call. Yeah, I probably should have gone Njoku over Bowers because I don't know if I've gotten any Njoku either. Good call there, Ale. I missed that. Definitely missed that. Yes, I think I'm going to take Kyron in the 210. I just think Kyron will be better for you. And the 109 isn't, not a sure thing. So, yeah, go Kyron. All right. Are we going to need to take Tua here? Let's see. The guys ahead of me. We got Waddle. So as long as Ferris doesn't take Tua here. Well, the guy at 2 already has Allen and Dak. So he's probably not taking a QB, I assume. The guy at 1 has Lamar, and he doesn't have Waddle. So I should be okay. Assuming this guy Ferris doesn't take Tua. Which would be crazy because, well, I guess not crazy. He does have Waddle. So maybe he wants to stack. We'll see. But I think he has. Isn't this the guy that took Mahomes? Oh, no, maybe not. No, that was somebody else. Although he did just take Joe Burrow last round, so he may not. Let's see here. The top QBs. Okay, good. So I'm probably. I think I'll gamble and hope Tua makes it back to me. Because the guys after me should not be taking Tua. They don't have Waddle, and there's still Jaden Daniels and T-Law on the board. So I'm going to gamble. Ooh, although Judy's here too for the bring back. I might go a little reach. Cook's here. Cook's here too for the Eagles bring back with Hurts. I might actually do that instead. Yeah, I'm going to go Cooks here for the Week 17 bring back with Hurts and Smith. And then we'll go Tua when it comes back to me. And then we'll have to target Tillman late because I won't be able to get Judy. Of course, I mean, well, Judy went off the board already. So we'll go Tua here. And then we'll see if maybe we can get Tillman very late. One of the last picks. John saying he's stacked his tight ends for Week 17. I like it. So for the top QBs, I mean, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Lamar, Richardson, Stroud. Okay, we're gonna go Tua here for that stack, and then we'll look for Tillman late. Yeah, I'm okay with any of those guys. Easy B, 12-man Dynasty Superflex. Fields and Christian Watson for Aiden O'Connell. Dobbs and a round 3 pick. No, give me Fields and C-Watt. Dobbs and a round 3 pick. Whatever. Like, I would rather honestly just gamble on Fields winning that job or Russ losing that job. Fields at least has fantasy upside if he's starting. What is Aiden O'Connell's upside? I mean, yeah, give me the field side. All right, how would I rank Rice, Deontay, Watson, and Ladd? Yeah, I'm assuming Rice doesn't get suspended either. I would rank them Deontay, Rice, Watson, Ladd. That's how I would rank them. John saying underestimated the guy who had a mono round taking Goff. Yeah, that's Miguel. He's always here watching with us. He's a sharp drafter. He's a sharp drafter. All right, I'm feeling pretty good here. I think maybe the only pick I would redo is Njoku over Bowers just for the bring back. But I got the Smith, Hurts, Brandon Cooks, Week 17. I got Tua Waddle stack. So we'll see if we can get Tillman late for that bring back. Easy B saying he countered Aiden O'Connell, Dobbs, and a round 2 pick for Fields, Watson, and a round 3 pick. Yes, I'm still taking Fields and Watson. Yeah. AOC, Aiden O'Connell might not even be a starting quarterback. Are people really this high on Aiden O'Connell? Look, I drafted Aiden O'Connell in a couple dynasty startups this year. I'm not expecting anything from Aiden O'Connell. Like both Fields and Aiden O'Connell could be out of the league in a couple of years. But at least Christian Watson has some upside. Like Dobbs is just fine. And then the picks, whatever. Would I be comfortable having one of those wide receivers you mentioned as your wide receiver 3? If it's Rice, yes. If it's Deontay, definitely. Watson and Ladd, definitely riskier, but doable. Yeah, no, Fields probably isn't the starter. I agree, Green Bean. But if Russ struggles and he's out there, at least we know Fields has huge fantasy potential. All right, back on the clock here. I don't really like Mike Williams. Man, Rico's ADP has been jumping. Ty Chandler. Let's go Rico here. And then when is Brock's bye? Brock Bowers has a week 10 bye. Oh, so does Musgrave, so I can't do that. I guess I could if I'm going 3 tight end. I don't have any Leggett. Are they gonna make me take Leggett in this draft? If he falls here, I probably need to. Just because, again, I don't want to have 0 Leggett by the time the season starts, just in case. Well, all right, he's still on the board. Let's get a share of Leggett, I guess. Did it work? Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm currently at 2-4-6-1. I'm gonna end up with 2 more tight ends, so that's 3-5. So I'll probably end up 2-6-7-3 is my guess. So 1 more wide receiver, which I'm gonna try to get Cedric Tillman. 2 more running backs, 2 more tight ends. NMB, I hope you're joking about Pacheco. I love Pacheco this year, but look, I'll take Pacheco over Etienne, honestly. I don't understand. Somebody please explain to me, like I'm 5 years old, why everybody loves Travis Etienne so much. I mean, I don't think Etienne is bad, but I certainly think I don't think Etienne has been as good in fantasy as people think Etienne has been in fantasy. And if anybody who had Etienne last year, they could tell you, like, there was like a 4 or 5 game stretch where he was awesome, but the rest of the year he was like very mediocre in fantasy. But Henry, no, I'm not taking Pacheco over Henry. Not this year. Not on the Ravens. I know Henry could break, but man, yeah. What is my prediction on LA Charger backs? I think Gus is the guy, as long as he's healthy. I don't know. We're actually starting to hear that Spiller might be ahead of Vidal now, honestly. Don't forget about Isaiah Spiller, even though I forgot about him. So we'll see. We'll see how that shakes out. I think Dobbins is the number 2 right now, or at least that's how they're viewing him. But look, I really think Dobbins is going to struggle. And when the guy struggles, eventually you got to be like, okay, maybe he shouldn't be our number 2. So Bones, DJ Moore just got paid. Did they just give DJ Moore? Did they just extend DJ Moore? DJ Moore, $110 million extension, $82.6 million guaranteed. Wow, good for him. The first 10 years of his career guaranteed? Wow. DJ Moore is like the wide receiver version of Kirk Cousins. Good for him, man. Caleb is going to have DJ Moore and Rome Odunze for his entire rookie contract. That's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Bears are set up, man. Bears. They are set up quite well. Quite well. All right, I can't take another wide receiver yet because I got to save that for Tillman. Even though there are some wide receivers I like here. Noah Fant. Okay, somebody explain Noah Fant to me. What am I missing with Noah Fant? All right, let's go with Ray Davis here. Even though I like James Cook, I don't think I have any Ray Davis yet. So let's get Ray Davis. NMB saying don't see any red flags with Pacheco. Yeah, you and me both. I don't see any red flags. He checks every box, but I thought the same thing about Pollard last year. So we'll see. Tell me why Malik Neighbors will single-handedly revive Danny Dimes' career. He won't. Best case scenario, if you're for Malik Neighbors, is that Danny Dimes gets hurt or benched, and it's Drew Lock. That's best case scenario, and that still doesn't sound great, but that's like best case scenario. Like, dude, all the reports from camp is that Danny Dimes looks horrible. Throws are all off target. That's the thing. Everybody says like, oh, it doesn't matter. Just get him the ball. Like, okay, well, like what happens when he gets him the ball, but it's 2 feet behind him and he has to stop running to catch it. You know what I mean? Or he's wide open and the ball is underthrown or overthrown. Like, it's not that easy. This is the NFL. It's not that easy. It's not like they're just going to let Malik Neighbors stand there all alone and let Daniel Jones play catch with them. Like, Daniel Jones is legit one of the worst, most last year. 51% highly accurate throws, which would mean like throws where like the guy's wide open and you hit him in the numbers or you hit him in stride. To put that in perspective, okay, I'm going to go with my second tight end here because I really like Tyler Conklin and he has a week 12-5. To put that in perspective, Zach Wilson was at 44%. Like, he was barely better than Zach Wilson. Like, Okay, Drusifer saying no competition from other tight ends in Seattle. I get that, but it was the same last year, right? He was on Seattle last year. You got JSN, you got Tyler Lockett, you got DK Metcalf still there. I don't know yeah. Maybe I might be missing something. Maybe Noah Fant breakout year is coming because it seems like a lot of people are on Noah Fant right now. So maybe I'm actually missing something. Wouldn't be the first time. That's for sure. Okay, yes, Dimes played in 6 games last year, but I mean, it's not like it was any different the year before. Even the year he was like so good and got paid, I think people forget it was mostly with his legs. Like, it was hardly anything with his arm. Like that year where he was like, oh, so good, and led him to the playoffs in 2022. 3,200 yards and 15 touchdowns that year. Yeah, the year he went to the playoffs and upset the Vikings. 3,200 yards and 15 passing touchdowns. Because he did a ton of damage with his legs. A ton. He was awesome that year with his legs. I think didn't he score like 12 rushing touchdowns or something that year? Let's see. Where is it? In 2022, he had 700 rushing yards and 7 rushing touchdowns. 3,200 passing yards and a whopping 15 passing touchdowns. I don't really care who his number one was that year. Like, if you want to take Malik Neighbors with Daniel Jones, or maybe you're like a Giants fan, I don't know. Do you? Maybe Malik Neighbors can overcome Daniel Jones, but I've been burned so many times by elite talent wide receivers with horrendous quarterback play. Like, look at Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson was Malik Neighbors before Malik Neighbors as a prospect. What has he done with horrible quarterback play? Not a lot. And Garrett Wilson has turned into a great route runner too. Yeah, this is the thing. Everybody likes Neighbors, so they just want to believe that Daniel Jones is fine, which I get. Okay, that's fine. Maybe he will be. Maybe he'll be good. Maybe he'll be able to hit him in stride. Or maybe it'll be like the Odell Beckham days where he's got a 60-yard slant for a touchdown and Eli Manning throws it behind him. And then it's like just ends up being a 10-yard gain because he has to spin around. We'll see. Saquon was his number one. Probably was. All right. We need one more running back, one more tight end, and then Tillman late. I'm going to make this pick in honor of John the Catch being on the stream. I know this is one of his favorite picks. That's my third tight end. Chig. Yeah. Look, going back to Neighbors, I think Neighbors is going to have a phenomenal career. I think Neighbors is a phenomenal player. But I just don't think it's going to be this year. Oh, yeah. Drucifer saying if Neighbors is there 6 to 7 in redraft, absolutely. Yeah, if Neighbors was going like round 6, round 7 all day long, I'd be hammering Neighbors. But you got to pay a third round price for Neighbors. Like, there's still really good players on the board that I know have good quarterbacks. Like, I don't need to like risk it with Neighbors. And look, and in these underdog drafts, I have drafted Neighbors. I think I've drafted them a couple times because, again, I could be wrong, and I don't want to like be wrong. But in redraft, I think you're just going to have a headache on your hand. All right, so I'm going to go with Tillman now just to make sure I get him. And then we will go running back with the last pick. I think Tristram, I don't know what this means. The Giants have actually had a good quarterback since Phil Simms. So when they talked Daniels down in Hard Knocks, I actually got excited. Oh, selected a good quarterback. They haven't selected a good quarterback since Phil Simms. Yeah, it was. Yeah. The mistake the Giants made was paying Daniel Jones after he had that good year and led him to the playoffs. Yeah, that was because now he's got, because now they were in a position this year where they could have gone QB, right? They could have gone QB, but instead they had to roll with Daniel Jones again. So, but look, if Daniel Jones is terrible, they'll have an early pick again next year, and then they can probably move on from him. And then that'll be great for Neighbors. Then Neighbors, yeah, all day. Wish we could all get paid for being mediocre. Yeah. Yeah. Drew Lock is the truth. I will say, I think, look, Drew Lock is also terrible. But I think Drew Lock would actually make me feel slightly better about Neighbors, to be honest. And look, maybe we see Drew Lock at some point. Maybe Daniel Jones gets hurt again. Maybe Daniel Jones gets benched because he's so bad. And maybe that helps. Maybe that helps Neighbors. James Young, yeah, it's true. They're mediocre compared to each other, not us. Yeah, if you watched like the worst quarterback in the NFL throw a football, you'd be like, my God. You'd be like, that is insane. All right, so we're looking at our final running back here. Be some kind of handcuff. Ooh, he's getting buzz. Definitely a few guys I like here. NMB saying can't get behind Henry. Even if you got 20 catches, 1,500 yards, and 15 touchdowns, that's 1,500 yards and 15 touchdowns is a monster year. All right, I've been taking a lot of CEH, but now we're hearing like the Deneric Prince buzz, although Miguel just took Deneric Prince. We're starting to hear some good Will Shipley buzz. Let's get a share of Shipley here. Who is your post-elite tight end you think could vault himself into elite status this year? Well, I think Evan Ingram's a league winner. I don't know why. I mean, he's an elite tight end every year that doesn't get treated like an elite tight end. But, you know, if you watched our league-winning tight end QB video, I said Goddard, but I kind of regret. I mean, I still like Goddard, but I kind of wish I had said Freiermuth. I really think Freiermuth is going to have a nice bounce back year with Arthur Smith in that offense. Yes, with Arthur Smith. I think he's going to be the number 2 target on that team. So I like Freiermuth a lot. And then if you want to go really deep, I like Ty Conklin, the tight end for the Jets with Aaron Rodgers there. All right, well, let's look at my team real quick, and then we'll probably do another one of these. So if you want to hop in the second one here, get ready. If you don't have an Underdog account, you want to try to hop in, go join Underdog Fantasy. Use promo code ENDGAME. Take advantage of that special pick and up to $250 in bonus cash. But let's take a look. I got Hurts and Tua. Love it. Definitely happy with my QBs. Achane in the third, which I'm pretty much taking almost every time. Kamara, Najee, Dowdle, Davis, Shipley. That's it's a risky running back room, no doubt about it. But I did get the Tua Tyreek stack. I did get the Hurts Devonta Smith stack. I got the Brandon Cooks bring back with Smith and Hurts. I got the Cedric Tillman bring back with Tua and Tyreek. I got Hollywood, Lab McConkey, Leggett, who I don't normally draft, and then my tight ends, Bowers, Conklin, and Chig. So we will see. We'll see how it does. All right, let's do another one. Not baseball. All right, so I'll give you. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's look at wait, where is it? Oh boy, I'm so bad at this. Completed. Actually, let's take a look at Miguel and John's team. So Miguel, Kyler and Goff, nice. Henry, Brooks, Brian Robinson, Benson, Vidal, and Prince. All right. Got the Sun God Goff stack. Who do you also get? Kyler. Michael Wilson, Kyler stack, and Greg Dortch even for the triple stack. Nice. Olave, Kirk, Watson, Downs, Demarcus Robinson, like it. Kincaid and Sinat as his tight ends. All right. And then what about the catch? Who's streaming drafts like every day, I think, by the way, guys. If you want to go check that out. The catch on YouTube. Stafford, Levis, Bryce Young. His brand, if he had a brand, it would be like all the late tight end, all the late QBs. All the late QBs. Gibbs, Zamir, Javante, Ford, Chuba. I like that running back room a lot. I like all those guys. Puka, Dell, Worthy. Man, this is why I like the 12. Look at this team. Puka, Dell, Worthy, JSN, Wicks, Thielen, Zay Jones, Jennings. Got Laporta and Kittle. Yeah, that's a great team. Yeah, I love the 12 spot. I just feel like that's such a good spot. All right. Jumping another one here. All right, it's pronounced like Senate. Okay, Ben Senate. Yeah, I like Ferguson too. After the elite tight ends are gone, I like Ferguson a lot too. All right, let's jump into another one here. Best Ball Mania. Like I said, if you want to get in, I will do the countdown here. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right. I like when my thing just spins. There we go. All right, we got plenty of people. 8 people still to go in this one. Plenty of room. Plenty of room in this one. Yeah, 11 to 12 is fantastic. A fantastic spot to draft from. Which I don't ever remember it. Like, I don't remember many years where I like the 11, 12. But, man, this year it just feels so good. Do I have a plan for my plan for number of BBMs right now is 150. This will be number 13. So I'm a little behind. I'm a little behind right now. If I don't get to 150, it's okay. But August, I'm definitely gonna start hammering them in August. So, but the plan is 150. All right, we're waiting for 2 more. Am I gonna even bother studying IDPs? Probably not. Probably not. I will just wing it with the IDPs. Find a IDP cheat sheet or something. Yeah, at the 12. All right, here we go. All right. So now it looks like I got the John back in here. I got the 10. 10's okay. It's not as good as the 11 or 12, but it's okay. We got let's see. Wow, we got 2 very long names in the middle that like overlap each other. That's crazy. John at the 8. Miguel, once again, Miguel right behind me. Like, come on, man. Really? Gotta have Miguel right behind me again? Ugh. All right. All right. All right. CMC again. No surprise. What's going on, G-Men? G-Men probably take Daniel Jones and Neighbors. He's not scared. All right, so pretty standard. The same exact start here. McCaffrey, Lamb, Tyreek. Now, last time we did see, I think we saw Breece Hall here, but usually it's Chase and Jefferson. Oh no, it was Sun God last time too. That's right, it was Sun God. Yeah, I think Tristram. I think I've been in like 1 or 2 drafts where CMC didn't go first. Amon-Ra, that's 2 in a row at 4 for Amon-Ra. Wow. It's not gonna be long before he's has a top 5 ADP. He might already on here. What is his ADP on here? I wonder. It might already be top 5. So I'll probably be looking at Puka or Garrett Wilson. And if I have the choice, I'll probably go G Will. Just I don't think I've gotten Wilson yet. I've got a couple Pukas, I think. So I'll probably go if that's my choice, I'll probably go Garrett Wilson. John getting Bijan, nice. Marcus saying Texans have a lot of weapons this year. Would you avoid anyone there? I feel like the ADPs have kind of settled. I still think Nico in the second is too early. I like Nico, but I'm on the clock. Yeah, I'm gonna go Garrett Wilson just because I don't think I've gotten Garrett Wilson yet. I still think Nico in the second is too early. I feel like Diggs has fallen far enough where I'm maybe okay with it, maybe not. And I think Tank's a good value. I think the one guy I just really haven't drafted any of, and I don't know if I will, is Dalton Schultz. I don't know how good Dalton Schultz is going to be in that loaded offense. We'll see. Stroud falls back to earth a bit. You agree? I mean, probably. It's hard to be as good as he was last year, 2 years in a row. But, man, he's got the weapons. He's got the weapons. All right. London, JT, or Olave? Again, I don't know if I've gotten any London yet. I'm gonna take London. I don't think I've gotten any London. Plus, I have the chance now to use John's strategy and go very, very, very late 3 QBs if I want to. I could go like Cousins, Aaron Rodgers. So Jets get the Bills. So a lot of potential Bills bringbacks later with Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir, and the Falcons get Commanders. Okay. Terry or Dotson, definitely choices. Ooh, that's a very early Jalen Waddle for the catch. Uh-oh. Drucifer. Here's a fun experience. You know how the consensus thought Derek Carr is trash? Compare his and Stroud's fantasy points last year. I'm guessing it's closer than we think. Thoughts on Brock Bowers? I don't know. I took him in the last BBM we just did just because I haven't taken him before, but yeah, I don't know. 50-50 on Brock Bowers. Rookie wide receivers going super early over proven studs. I get it with Harrison. I totally get it with Harrison. I mean, the guy is an absolute incredible talent in a great offense with Kyler Murray. I get it. Neighbors, I mean, wow, we had Neighbors at the 16. That's got to be like, that's like where he was going like pre-NFL draft. That seems crazy to me. Yeah, Neighbors, I don't think should be going that high. And then the other rookie wide receivers go later, like Odunze, Mitchell, Coleman, then they go later. In a 10-team half PPR, do I suggest going RB? No, unless you get 2 incredibly good value RBs. It's still half PPR. It's wide receivers are still valuable. It really would just come down to who's on the board. Like if, let's say you have like pick 6 and you get Breece Hall, and then let's say like Jonathan Taylor falls to you at pick 6 when it comes back to you. Okay, I'm okay going RB in that case. But I wouldn't say like, yeah, I'm going to do RB this year. All right. Oh, yeah. Well, I just said Diggs seems okay as ADP. I did not realize he now had a 3rd round ADP. I don't like Diggs here. I don't like Dell here. It feels too early. I've got a lot of Laporta. I'm going to reach a tiny little bit and get another guy I don't have much of, and that's Pickens. Although I really don't want to take Russ or Fields, so I'm not even going to bother. Is this a dynasty draft? No, not a dynasty draft. Yes, Flacco, Steelers Nation. I know you're a Steelers fan. And there we go. Wow, the guy, back-to-back Texans receivers on the same team. Interesting. All right, I think Laporta here is great value, but I've gotten a lot of Laporta recently. I'm going to go with my guy, Pacheco. Has Michael Thomas found a team yet? Yeah, it's the I don't know, the retirement. Like, do they have like a senior league? You know, like how golf has the senior tour. Does football have a senior tour? When is CD going to get paid? Good question. I think he will get paid. We actually talk about this on the video tomorrow, so hopefully he doesn't get paid before tomorrow because that would kind of ruin the video. Not too worried about CD yet, but if this keeps dragging on, I'm going to get a little worried. Not that I think he'll sit out, but you got to be a little nervous if he misses all or most of training camp. Like, is he going to get off to a slow start? But they're going to have to pay him at some point. And if they don't, he's going to have to play. It's just you can't really sit out games anymore. My favorite real life NFL team is the Commanders, sadly. What is the situation? I would reach a bit for a QB, or is there not one? In a redraft league, there is not one. In this format, I will reach a little bit to get a stack. Team 7 looking good. Yeah. Jefferson, JT, Henry, Laporta. That's a nice start for sure. Well, the team that got Diggs and Dell did not get Stroud. The team that took Stroud does not have a Texans receiver. That is strange, but okay. Some of my favorite stacks, yeah, Kyler, Marvin Harrison. I like Terry and Daniels a lot. I like Mahomes and any Chiefs wide receiver, really. Because, I mean, look, you get Mahomes in the 4th, and then you get, like, one of the receivers in the 5th or 6th, depending on the league. I'll happily take Mahomes with any one of the Chiefs wide receivers. Yeah, I could get Schultz later, but, I mean, man, that's a gamble. That's a gamble. Like, I'm just going to take Stroud and hope I get Schultz later. I mean, I guess you don't have to stack in these things, but it's, yeah. All right, there goes Terry. Thankfully, John took Hollywood because I have too much Hollywood right now. All right, I'm just going to take the value with Kincaid here. I like Kincaid. Let's just take the value with Kincaid. Tristan was saying I got burned by Herbert 3 years in a row. Is there ever going to be the year besides his rookie year? I don't think this is going to be it. Yeah. I don't think this is going to be it. Not in this offense this year. Juice 420 saying I'm not drafting Diggs this year out of spite. He screwed me over last year. It's funny, like when I early in the offseason when I was like, I'm not drafting Diggs, and people were like, you're crazy, he's an elite wide receiver. I'm like, did you have Diggs in fantasy last year? I don't think you had Diggs in fantasy. I did. Multiple leagues. He was bad. And now he's old. And now he's competing with many other wide receivers. I got to go Godwin here. And now I can really go the trifecta of late QBs. So you got Cousins by 12, Aaron Rodgers 12, Mayfield 11. I think I can get away with that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Herbert's probably not going to burn you this year because I mean, he's not even being drafted in 1 QB leagues. All right, so we got potential bringbacks. Commanders with Cousins and London. One of the Bills wide receivers with Rodgers and G Will. And now we potentially have Panthers. Ooh, try to get Deontay. I don't think so though. I don't think he's gonna make it back to me. I just took Leggett. Ugh, don't want to take him again. But maybe. Where is he? Maybe Thielen. Oh, gross. Yeah, I feel really good about Kincaid. I think he could be one of the top targets on that Bills offense. Red zone threat. Feeling very good about Kincaid. Tristram saying the only Panther I'm targeting is John Brooks because he always falls late. Yeah, but he also is coming off ACL. Not sure when we'll see him. I love Deontay this year. Deontay's another one where I'm like, how does Deontay fail? Of course, famous last words, then he fails. But, I mean, even if somehow Dave Canales can't rescue Bryce Young, look at what Adam Thielen was doing early in the year last year when he was just getting force-fed targets. Like, Deontay is better than Adam Thielen. So, yeah, I love Deontay. And look, you're getting him at the end of the 6th, early 7th round all day. Oh, it's starting to get ugly on these wide receiver streets, although I might gamble on him coming back to me, actually. Definitely cannot take Alvin Kamara again. I already have too much. Okay, good. Don't have to worry about it. I don't have a lot of JSN. But I'm kind of eyeballing Curtis Samuel on the way back. Let's go JSN. Young Money, the history of number 1 wide receivers on bottom 5 offenses is not good. What if they're not a bottom 5 offense? Seattle with Geno Smith and Dave Canales was not a bottom 5 offense. The Bucs last year with Baker Mayfield and Dave Canales, not a bottom 5 offense. I don't think it's a sure thing that the Panthers are a bottom 5 offense. In fact, I think it's probably more likely they're not. Honestly. Do I go Curtis Samuel here for the bring back and then just hammer running back? By Miguel on Curtis Samuel for no reason. Oh, he's got Josh Allen. All right, well, that changes it. So let's just go running back. Oh, man. I really don't want to take Aaron Jones. I just took Najee Harris. All right, fine. Get a share of Aaron Jones. Jeez. Wicks in the hundreds, good depth pick. Agree. I like Wicks. I like Wicks. Now you're good, Miguel. You got Josh Allen, so Curtis Samuel makes sense. NFC South is going to suck for my Saints this year. Maybe. I think the Saints are going to surprise too, but I think they're going to surprise for fantasy, not for real life. I think they'll be fairly bad. Dennis Allen's got to go. Got to get rid of that guy. Yeah, at least they got rid of Carmichael and they brought in Kubiak. That will hopefully help, but the guy running the ship is still really bad. Who gets more touchdowns in Washington, Eckler or B-Rob? I think definitely B-Rob. Definitely B-Rob. Saints can hire Mike McCarthy after this year? Maybe, after he blows it again with the Cowboys. Young Money saying I've been doing sleeper mocks. If I can get Pacheco in the third and Devonta Smith in the fourth, yep, definitely. Yes, Drew Safer, New Orleans did just lose their best O lineman this offseason. So, which is why I was saying, like when I drafted Kamara in the last draft, like, yeah, he'll have some spike games when he catches like 8 passes, but we're talking about a horribly inefficient running back behind a horrible offensive line. Yeah. Not a good combo. Did you guys hear that? All right, the catch. I need you to take Shaheed here. Let's go, John. Take Shaheed. Shaheed. All right. I love Shaheed, but I didn't want to have to choose. All right, so now I can take Shakir for the bring back. Probably be done. Probably be done at wide receiver. I think I might be done at wide receiver in this draft, honestly. I got Shakir for the bring back with G Will, and I'm going to assume Aaron Rodgers later. Breeze, Thomas, and Sproles when we some. Yeah, definitely. Breeze, Marcus Colston. They had some fantasy goodness back then. All right, Spears a pretty easy pick here for me. I've never understood why fantasy football fans don't like IDPs, like playing fantasy baseball, but only including half the positions. I don't know about that. Yeah, plus IDP, I mean, you got to like, there's already enough players to worry about. And then IDP, it's like, man, there's just so many players. I mean, I probably prefer IDP over defense, like team defense, but as if Superflex wasn't bad enough. Big Lenny likes his fantasy football like he likes his women. Simple. Simple. I think Superflex is fun. One of my favorite leagues is with a buddy of mine, Superflex League. I love it. Superflex redraft is a lot of fun. Big Lenny, would you be done at wide receiver here? Garrett Wilson, Drake London. Who else did I get? Who was my other wide receiver? I can't even remember. Garrett Wilson, Drake London, George Pickens, Chris Godwin, JSN, Khalil Shakir. Probably done at wide receiver, right? Going 3 QBs, 2 tight ends. Probably don't need another wide receiver. I got my week 17 bring back Shakir with the Jets. The Bears and Texans wide receivers, I'm so iffy about. Yeah, it's tough because, it could be a situation like the Packers too. Could be one of those situations where one week it's wide receiver 1 week it's wide receiver 2, 1 week it's wide receiver 3. Yeah. Did I see the DJ Moore contract? Yes. It happened during the last stream. I was saying, like, he's like the Kirk Cousins of wide receivers. This dude just always gets paid. Always gets paid. So you'd go one more wide receiver here. All right. Even though my only running backs right now are Pacheco, Jones, Spears. All right. Kirk Cousins, a wide receivers. Why is it disrespectful? I'm talking about. I mean, in the sense that how does like Kirk Cousins keep signing these huge contracts? Like, keep signing these huge contracts. No, I'm not going wide receiver here. I don't think. This is not a spot where I like to go wide receiver. There's not many wide receivers on the board I really like here. Whoa, Nick Chubb's ADP has jumped ahead. I guess it's always been there. All right, I'm going to go with Jerome Ford here. I could go. I better not say it because Miguel might snipe me. Might do it actually though. Do I need to go? Oh, ooh. Might actually have to. What pick are we on here? Do I reach on Cousins here for the stack with London? Does Cousins make it back to me? That's the question. Do Do we think Cousins makes it back to me? There's definitely a wide receiver I'd like to go here, but man, if I don't take Cousins here, does he make it back? All right, I'm just going to go Cousins. I don't know if he's going to make it back. Round 18, Penix. Have we even heard anything? Have you heard one? Has anybody heard one thing about Michael Penix in training camp so far? Should have looked at the Pitts draft. That's a good point. Who? I think Pitt. Where did Pitts go? Who took Pitts? Pitts went to the number 1 pick. So yeah, Cousins probably wasn't making it back to me. So all right, I don't feel terrible that I took Cousins there. It's a reach, but we're in the 140s, I guess, or whatever we're in, 130s. I was also considering Dotson there, but that was for the bring back with Cousins London. That doesn't really make any sense if I don't have Cousins. Although it still is like a mini stack with London, I guess. It was between Cousins and Dotson. The 1 pick, I think, has 1 QB, just Caleb Williams. 2? Does he have 2 QBs? He's got Caleb. Oh, he's got Caleb and Anthony Richardson, so he might not have taken Cousins. So maybe I should have gone Dotson there. Maybe Dotson. Maybe Dotson there and then just gamble on Cousins making it be back. Although I know John loves Cousins. He might not have gotten past John. I don't know. Yes, Tristram, this is a best ball draft. So you just, if you don't know, you just draft the team, 18 players, no defense, no kicker, QB, running back, wide receiver, tight end. And then every week, at the end of the week, the computer sets your best lineup. So 1 QB, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex. Sets your best lineup every week. You get X amount of points for that week. And then over the course of the regular season, I think the top 2 teams in this draft advance to the first round of the playoffs. And then they do more drafts, like more groups like this with the remaining teams, and then they advance. So. Yeah, so Drusifer, you don't manually set your lineup. All right, let's go Jaleel here. I like Chandler, but I already have Aaron Jones, right? And I take Aaron Jones. Yeah, so I don't want both. No, you don't manually set. You just draft, and then you're done. Which is why, like, you can do 150 of these and still play like redraft and dynasty. It's not that Tristram, it's not that you don't have to. It's that you literally can't. You don't. Once the draft is done, your work is done. You don't do anything in season. There's no waiver wires. There's no trades. That's it. This is your team, and this is your team for the whole year. Every week, That's why you got to look at, like, for the QBs and the tight ends, you got to think about, like, what are the bye weeks, because you don't want, if you're going to draft 2 QBs, you don't want 2 QBs with the same bye, because then that week you get a 0. Although some people think that might be a strategy. I don't know. I don't like doing it. So yeah, you literally cannot, once the draft is done, you're done. You don't do anything in these leagues. All right. I don't think I'm going to get sniped here, but you never know. I don't think there's any reason for Miguel to take this player, but you never know. All right. We're going to get Aaron Rodgers for the G-Will stack. The G-Will stack with the Khalil Shakir bringback. Yeah, it's going to be 3672, Big Lenny. I was going to just go, yeah, 3672. That's what we'll do here. So I do need to start thinking about my tight end 2 at some point. Not quite yet. When is Kincaid's bye? His bye is 12. Conklin would have been a nice tight end 2 on this team with the Aaron Rodgers G-Will, but got the same bye week, so we don't want to do that. It kind of sucks, actually. I mean, if you play Drucifer, if you play redraft leagues and dynasty and stuff, it's great, because then you just focus on your redraft leagues and your dynasty leagues during the season. And then I honestly don't even check my best ball teams until like week 14, which is the last week of the regular season. And then I look to see, okay, how many teams are in contention here, have a chance, and then I'll start paying attention. But you can just, during the season, you can just focus on your redraft and dynasty teams, which I really like. Now, if you only do best ball, then yeah, it kind of is boring, because there's no point in checking like, oh, week 1 I did great, because week 2 you might do terrible. You know what I mean? So ooh, I see a definite plan if it falls into place here. We shall see. Although I'm not sure. Well, but here's the thing, Drew. First, you're saying you're at like 60 teams. If you're feeling like Cousins over your starting QB that week, you'd like that option. But wouldn't you just like the guy who scores the most points? Like, let's say you have like for me, you have Cousins and Aaron Rodgers, and you're like, yeah, I'm feeling Cousins this week. Okay, if you're right and Cousins scores the most points, he's your QB. If you're wrong and Aaron Rodgers outscores Cousins that week, then Aaron Rodgers is your QB. Like, you're always right. No, Tristram, there is no such thing as best ball, but you update your rosters, because that's like the exact definition of best ball. It's your best ball, your best lineup. Like, it literally is your best possible lineup. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, I started Cousins this week and Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns. Great. On my bench, Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns. You don't have to worry about it. It will, because there are dynasty best ball leagues as well, where in those leagues you can actually do like waivers and make trades, of course, because it's dynasty. But then at the end of the week, it sets your highest score. Yeah, Juicer, it's going to set your best possible lineup. So you don't have to worry about like, oh man, do I start Cousins or Rodgers this week? Nah, you don't have to worry about it. If Cousins outscores him, you start Cousins. If not, you start Rodgers. You don't have to worry about it. It's really nice. It's really nice. And I actually really like dynasty best ball leagues, because I feel like it rewards the best dynasty teams. Because, man, sometimes you make a start-sit decision that isn't obvious. You're like, do I start this guy or this guy? And then one guy goes off and the other guy's terrible. Now all of a sudden, Drusifer's into it. Yeah, like I said, Tristan, for dynasty leagues, you can do best ball where you still, it will give you your best possible lineup, but you can still make weight. Oh, I knew you would take Baker, John. Why Baker? Do you have Godwin or something? No, I have Godwin. Maybe you have Evans. Did you get Evans? I was like, man, he's gonna snipe me on Baker. All right, so Baker cannot be my QB3. Okay, I'm running out of time, so I'm just gonna take Otton as my tight end too. Oh, Justin Fields. I know it's a stack with Pickens, but my goodness. I think I would rather do Bo Nick or Fields over Bo Nix, even if Fields doesn't play. At least Fields Fields has that week winning upside. All right, let's go. Man, Roman Wilson hurt. Jermaine Burton not looking like the 3. Let's go Elijah Mitchell. Oh, what was the rest of what I was saying? I was saying Tristram, they have dynasty best ball where you can actually do like make waiver claims, make trades with other players, still do your rookie drafts, all that stuff. But then you don't have to like set your lineup every week. The computer says, "Oh, this is your best team. Here you go." So if you want to do the best ball in a more traditional format, that's the way to go. All right, so I need 1 QB, 1 wide receiver to finish. So if we're going to go Fields Pickens, which it looks like we're going to have to, or Russ Pickens if worse comes to worse, is there a good bring back still available? Chiefs. Nope. Yeah, I've never heard of a best ball redraft league. I thought about it. We actually did it like a few years ago in Endgame. I think if Ale is still on, he might remember. In the middle of the season, just for fun, we did a best ball redraft league. It was a lot of fun. Actually. But I don't think that's normal. All right, so we got Knicks, but then if I go Knicks, who do I even add with Knicks? Like, there's no stack with Knicks left. But I guess it's okay to have like a naked Knicks. Baker would still have been available, but I'm drafting with the catch. Because I was gonna go, my plan there was actually to go Baker Otton. That was my plan, to go Baker Otton. But we're probably just gonna have to go like naked Knicks or naked Fields. And then some YOLO wide receiver. Well, there goes Knicks. I already took Otton. I do like Dulcich though, Drusifer, but I already took. Yeah, I guess I could have maybe got. Well, Knicks went, so it doesn't even matter. No, that's fine. I know Baker's your guy. John. I'm just giving you a hard time. So, but Knicks is gone, so I'll just go Fields or Russ. Although Will Levis still on the board, do I just take the value with Will Levis? Fields or Levis? I mean, Levis is the value here. But I do have Pickens. All right, let's just go Fields. Hope he gets that job at some point. And then everybody's saying Levis. Oh, well. Well, the problem with Russ or Fields is you don't know who's going to be starting and for how long, but I don't know if I want another Steelers wide receiver. I was looking at Roman Wilson. I know he's hurt, but he's still on the board. Tolbert's been getting pretty good buzz in camp on the Cowboys. I don't have any Tolbert. He's got that big playability. I always like Slayton as like a last pick best ball guy. He has like 2 or 3 big games a year, and he's terrible the rest of the time. Let's just go Slayton. Hope Drew Lock comes a QB at some point. All right. I don't know how I feel about this team. Take a look here in a second when the draft ends. Yeah, I probably should have gone Levis there just for the value. Rondell Moore is interesting, but man, we're hearing reports that like he might not even be the slot receiver for the Falcons. Why is Bucky continuing to fall? I think it's becoming pretty clear that like he's not going to be more than a change of pace back for Rashad. But yeah, that seems very late for Bucky Irving. I mean, after Tyrone Tracy, really? Yeah. Samaje Perine? Like, Samaje Perine might not even be on our roster. I think I like Dameon Pierce more than Bucky Irving, honestly. They're both handcuffs, but give me the handcuff in the better offense with the older running back who's already having hamstring issues. I'll take Dameon Pierce over him, even though he was awful last year. All right, let's see here. Let's take a look at the team. Don't think I'm going to love it. Let's see. All right, we got the Cousins, Rodgers, and then not Baker. We got Justin Fields. Probably my one and only time I will draft Justin Fields. Hopefully Justin Fields is playing by week 9. Otherwise, I don't have a QB week 9. Probably should have gone Levis. All right, Pacheco, Aaron Jones, Tyjae Spears, Jerome Ford, Jaleel McLaughlin, Elijah Mitchell. I don't hate my running backs, honestly. I'm a little nervous for Aaron Jones. We'll see. He'll have some spike weeks, though, right, in Minnesota. I got the Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers stack. I got the Drake London, Kirk Cousins stack. I got the George Pickens, I guess, Justin Fields stack. Godwin, Smith and Jigba, Shakir for the bring back. Slayton, really like this wide receiver room a lot. Definitely like these wide receivers better than my last one, I think. And then Kincaid and Otten, nothing wrong with that. So, all right, we shall see. Plenty more of these to go because, yeah, I'm supposed to do 150 of these. And as you can see, I am at 13. So, long way to go from 150, but it's August. We got plenty of time. I'm going to be hammering these things almost daily. So definitely come back and join me. Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams is actually interesting now because of the Kendry stuff, but what do we really expect from Jamal Williams? Like 6 touchdowns? 500 yards? I don't know. Taysom Hill, definitely not doing Taysom Hill. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here now. Go eat some dinner. Appreciate you guys being on, chatting it up with me. Don't forget, if you want to get in these drafts with us and you're not on Underdog Fantasy yet, go join it. Use promo code ENDGAME. Get your special pick plus up to $250 in bonus cash. And they already have NFL pick'ems live for week 1 if you like doing that stuff. Pick'ems for all sorts of sports as well, and even things I don't even know what they are. And tomorrow we'll be live for a sleeper mock draft. So come join us for that. And, of course, make sure you're checking out all the videos. All right, guys. See you later.